Random lady demanded I let her in my house, took my phone, and lied to police. Okay, so first some backstory. I live in a pretty middle class neighbourhood, the place you would expect a golf course next to, full of civics. Not exactly rich, but sometimes it seems like it. My house is one of the first ones you see when you come into the neighbourhood. It's a pretty nice brick house. I always liked the fact that it was right at the entrance, but this day I did not. So I was sitting on my couch playing Minecraft on my Xbox 360, still a good game, when someone knocked on my door. I have a doorbell. I thought it would just be some delivery since my parents order things online a lot. I opened it and said hi. Next thing I knew, some pregnant lady pushed me out of her way and went into my house. I was extremely confused and told her to leave. Notice, I am a scrawny 15-year-old and my parents were gone. This was the following conversation. Who are you and why are you here? The entitled parent enters the house. I need to use the restroom. I've never experienced anything like this, so I say, can you please leave my house? No, where is your restroom? I'm not telling you, please leave. I won't leave until you tell me. Mom, this isn't a gas station. Leave before I call the police. No, the police can't do anything. I'm your elder and you have to respect me. Mom, I really don't. I wish I hadn't said that because that made her very mad. Yes, you do. If my daughter does, so do you. I realized her daughter is at my front door, obviously embarrassed. She looks about 4 or 5. Mom, I'm not your son. You legally can't do anything to me. I'm going to call the police if you don't leave now. Do it then. I then pull out my phone and dial 911. This is when the daughter says she likes my phone. I thank her and proceed to call the police when the EP snatches my phone and gives it to the kid. There you go, enjoy your new phone. Give me my phone back now. No, that is your punishment for being so disrespectful. I then remember the landline in the kitchen. Would you like a drink? If you tell me where the bathroom is. Okay, I will go get one. I walk to the kitchen and call the police with the landline. I walk back to the EP and say we are out of soda, but the restroom is upstairs to the left. It really isn't, but I was hoping she would look for it while I was waiting for the police. She did look for it, but for about a minute. Now, I want to mention where I live again. Since most of the people in my city live in this neighbourhood, a cop going 70 miles an hour will arrive at my house in about 1 to 3 minutes. Thankfully, they came fast. When EP came downstairs, the police were entering my neighbourhood. They enter my house and tell me, EP, and her daughter to put our hands up. They pull us out one at a time to question us. I don't know what EP said, but I heard things along the lines of, he should respect me, he's my son and it's my house anyways. When the daughter was asked about the phone, her mum told her to say it was her phone. My parents got home during her questioning. They gave the police the papers saying I was their son and the house was theirs. They also showed our phone bill saying it was my phone. Last I saw was EP being arrested and the police calling someone, probably the girl's parents. I don't know what will happen, but it was a pretty crazy event. Entitled Mum tried to steal my vape pen to give to her son. I turned 18 about 5 months ago and I have a decently paid job. When I got enough money, I went out and bought a vape mod. It's an e-leaf mod with a mesh RDA, which cost me a bit over $100. This will be important in a bit. Anyway, I put the mesh and the wick in the car, juiced it as well, and I went out to test it, since I didn't want a cloud in my car. So I tried it, and it was really good. It had a massive cloud at 80 watts, and I was happy. I went back into the vape shop because I wanted to buy more juice, because I knew I'll waste it within a week. Out of nowhere, a lady, entitled Mum, with her kid, entitled Brat, got into the vape shop and I just stood back, looking at other mods, atomizers and juices while vaping on my new mech mod. EM approaches me and says the following. Is this stuff good for addicts? Well, if you meant nicotine, yes. It really helps get rid of the cigarettes. Why? Well, I caught my son smoking in a pub and I thought maybe you'll give that to me. I think he's addicted. I'm holding back my laughter. Well, even though this cures the addiction, it's not meant for kids. And what do you mean, give it to you? Well, you're a kid and you've got it. The EK, in a surprisingly low voice for a 16-year-old, Hey mom, I would like this, points at my mod. Hey man, the mod is over there and the RDA is... I get interrupted by his mum. We're not planning to buy it, rather give it to us? The cashier is silently laughing behind the counter, but ready just in case something pops. Weh, I just bought it. I can't give it to you, especially to your child whom is underaged. Listen, you stupid idiot. That vape is mine. I own it, so you better pass it here. Then a wild police officer arrives. Is everything okay here? EM, who at this point went super Karen. He stole the e-cigarette from my son. I demand it back this instant. Officer, I have a receipt that proves otherwise. They're trying to take my stuff away. Miss, I would like you to leave right now. I don't think so. I came here to buy my son this thing, and this person just stole it from me. The policeman and me, at almost the same time, say, your kid is underage. Try not to smile, cause I'll turn out immature. No, I'm not. I would like you to leave, Mom. The EM then turns super Karen. I have a right to be here. You can't. Then the police officer pushes the son and the lady out of the store. This woman has already got on my nerves. 3rd time this week this has happened. Would you like to press charges? Me, without hesitation, yeah, sure. The policeman caught up to the woman and arrested her for attempted theft and disturbance of peace. I just wanted to go home, so I took the juice from the counter, paid the cashier, and went home. What did I learn? Just send entitled people to heck. Move your car. So I live in an old southern town with a perpetually crowded central square. Made more crowded because it is the county seat and the county court complex is across the street on one side, along with all of the city and county government buildings stretching for a few blocks in that direction. It's also been there for over a century and its layout was meant for horses, not cars. It's cramped. So one day off, I'm running errands and hit up the best local taco shop. This place has no AC outside of the kitchen and the inside is always in the upper 80s or hotter on a winter day. And the signage outside even points out you come for the food and not the parking. The parking being nearly non-existent, I drive to the square to park and eat between errands. After 5 or more laps on the one-way streets around the square, I luck out and see someone pulling out of one of the angled inside spots. These spots are all at an angle, so you can quickly pull into one and quickly back out if traffic lets you. That will be important later. Given that a heatwave had just started, I decide to eat in my car with the air running. I pretty much inhale the first taco. Bliss. Fine cut beef, cilantro, pico, etc. That's when I hear the horns. Some dingbat is behind me, flashing her lights, clearly thinking I'm about to pull out. And that's when it hits me through my food bliss. I'm nearly at a 90-degree angle to the road. It's about then she gets out of her car and starts screaming like a stuck-up pig. Give me my spot, you! Well, yeah, I served in the army where you learn to say freak 10 times in a 12-word sentence, but even she was overdoing it with the expletives. Amused, I took a sip of whatever kind of Coke I was drinking, Dr. Pepper I believe, and pull out another taco. The horns were getting far louder and multiplying. The lunch rush of both city and government workers was hitting, and traffic sucks here. And she's brought it to a standstill. The intersection is a parking lot and the backup is going to get long fast. At this point, she waddles up beside the driver's door and starts shrieking, "Move! I need to get my child ice cream!" The ice cream shop on the square was good, but not that good. Still darn good. Finishing a taco, I take another sip of Coke and crack my window. Lady, you're directly behind me. I can't move. Neither can 2 lanes of traffic. Just to be clear, yes, she was pulled across not 1, but 2 lanes of lunch hour traffic, pulled directly behind a parked car and yelling at the driver to move. This is where she loses it. Move your goddamn car! I want ice cream and need to park! Nice flex, lady. Forget your kid that fast. Oh yeah, she said I want ice cream, not her kid. I roll my window back up. She then starts shrieking, "Move, I need to park! Move, I need to park! Move, I need to park!" By this point, she's attracted a lot of attention. I can see a kid in her car's front passenger seat, quietly reading a book. No doubt used to mummy's temperament, paying the events no mind. She also has at this point attracted the attention of a group of teens, school having just ended, and they pick up her chant, sort of. Her chant is timed like clockwork. Move, I need to park. Move, I need to park. After a minute of this, the teens join in. Whenever she says move, they start saying moo like a cow, which is so unfair to cows. It's a few more repetitions until she realizes they're mocking her, not agreeing with her, and she charges them like they're an all-you-can-eat buffet. But she only makes it a few steps before reality once again disappoints her, as by this point, multiple county sheriff deputies and city cops have flooded out of the courthouse across the the street to see what in the wide world of sports is going on here. So they say something in a loud commanding voice that I can't make out, and her charge stops. "Officers, do your job and make him move. I need to park." "Mom, get back in your vehicle and quit blocking traffic." "The traffic can wait for me to park. He needs to move now." This is where I start to lose it, and I start to laugh pretty hard, setting my food container into the passenger seat. The cops don't really do or say much. Frankly, I suspect they were too dumbfounded, and she turns back to my car. "Move your car, you effer. I need to park." "Mom, get back in your car and follow the patrol car in front of you to a safe parking spot now." "I need ice cream. My child needs ice cream." Well, she didn't get ice cream. After that, I see movement in the rear view, and a female officer gets into the lardass's car and starts moving it down the road out of sight. The poor kid is still reading. At this point, she loses it, screeches, and charges towards her car. Yes, cops were in her way. Yes, they all went down like bowling pins. Thankfully, the cars in the front of the blockage hadn't started moving, or someone may have died. Fed up with her bull, a cop tased her, landing the prongs in the small of her back, and 4 6'6" or larger sheriff's deputies proceed to attempt to gently move her over to a park bench, after quickly catching her before she could even fall over. They succeed, and the bench doesn't break, somehow. One of the officers turns towards my car, and I lower my window fully. "Sir, are you okay?" He seemed a tad confused, a fair reaction. I ponder for a minute and respond honestly. "Seem to be." "Sir, am I tripping balls and drooling on myself, or did that actually happen?" And the cop proceeds to frickin' lose it, half falling, half leaning onto my car laughing. After picking himself up and trying to dust pollen off of himself, he tells me, "Honestly, I'm not sure about it myself either right now. Have a wonderful day." "You too, officer. I think I'll get some ice cream." That would have been the perfect ending, but this whale wasn't done yet. Hearing that, she made some loud noise. She had been zip tied to the bench, I guess she was too fat for handcuffs, and lunges in my direction. All she manages is to fall flat on her face as she tips the whole bench over. In case anyone cares, waffle cone, 2 scoops of pistachio. Anyway, if you enjoyed that video, go and check out another one right away. There are so many more Reddit stories on my channel for you to enjoy. Also, drop me a comment below if there's another subreddit that I haven't looked at yet and you want to see in the next video.